Am I the only one who feels like there's still a huge part of the story left? Or like there's a lot to tell? Like there's still quite a bit left? Because we are only 4 episodes left. There's this video, or this chapter, and just 3 more. And UMINEKO is over. That's the end. There's nothing more after this. There's this chapter, 13. Next chapter, 14. Then Tea Party and question mark. And that's it with UMINEKO. There's nothing else after that. So why do I feel like there's so much more left? Shannon and Kenan stood guard in front of the door to the Golden Land. They glared quietly and fearlessly at the eerie fleets of ships across the horizon. Shannon slowly lifted her hand. Kenan also raised his right hand, and a blade that trailed red appeared there. I remember when he first did that, I freaked out.
そこで止まってください。それ以上の接近を拒否します。それ以上近寄れば切る。
Oh yes, it's the boats. What is that? Oh, that's a cat. They could see a single dinghy leave the fleet. Dinghai leave the fleet and approach them. They couldn't tell if it was a messenger or the first wave. Shannon and Kenan watched it cautiously. Shit, weapons at the... Okay. Okay, let me say something real quick. I saw her with the pirate hat before on like some memes. I thought that shit was just like a I didn't know she actually had that shit on. At the head of that dinghy rowed by boats stood Erica. Where had she gotten that headgear from? Maybe she was trying to act the part of the fleet's leader. The object on top of Erica's head, as she glared at them with an audacious smile, appeared to be a pirate hat. Your turn. There is? Okay. Shannon and Kenan looked at each other. What if they just kill her right here? Erica was the one offering this deal. It wasn't likely to be anything agreeable. However, if they turned her away, the attack would probably begin at once. Since they were in a firmly inferior position, they wanted to buy time by any means they could. At Shannon's nod, Kenan erased his sword. Fuck. But the people she wants to talk to aren't here. The Golden Land was filled with a hard downpour, accompanied by occasional thunder. Damn, but the thunder clapped. Realizing that this weather spoke for their emotions, Erika smiled even more boldly. It's getting crazy. Look at everybody meme. Everybody's fucking sweating. They're all nervous. At the center of the Golden Land was the arbor, surrounded by the Golden Rose Guard. A large number of humans and fantasy creatures were there arguing about something. Look at Cornelia. Even without asking, it was easy to guess the nature of their debate by their anguished expressions. After all, in this life or death situation, they didn't have many options they could take. In the direction Erica was being led, with her goat guards alongside her, Beato stood waiting, accompanied by the Chester sister troops. Noticing Beato, Erica gave a bow that at least appeared graceful. Beato followed suit and gave the sort of graceful bow that was rarely seen from her. As though hinting that she was more than ready to go through with this farce, Beato introduced herself boldly and requested that Erika do the same. Or should I say Erika? Why the fuck does she have that fucking hat on?
図書に名誉と保護を与えし司書の艦隊司令官にして真実の魔女フルドエリカと申します。
Listen, those two red feathers aren't lost on me. That's supposed to be the red truth, isn't it?
どうぞお見知りおきを。
Just like how Will has that strand of red on his head.
お喜びください。我ら図書に名誉と保護を与えし司書の艦隊はあなた方に名誉ある朗報をもって参上しました。一つ、図書の都は無限の魔女ベアトリーチェによって生み出されたゲーム版を名誉ある厳選されたる図書に認定されましたことを報告いたします。
ほう、それは名誉なことで。
Why is she acting like this?
非常に興味深くかつ独創的で研究価値の高いものです。すべての市民に公開される価値のあるものです。よって図書の都は我らにこのゲーム版に永遠の名誉と保護を与えることを命ぜられました。
くどいし長い。とっとと本題を言え。
本ゲーム版のすべてを名誉ある図書の都に譲渡することを要求します。これは本ゲーム版とその駒にとって最高の名誉と保護です。
Really?
嫌だと。
すべての市民に共有されるべき名誉文化を私的独占する罪で告発する。
Wow, what an absolute bitch!
我々はあなたに対しすべての市民の権利と利益を保護するため攻撃を開始することを通告します。
その攻撃で市民の共有財産が破壊されるのは構わぬ。
名誉図書保護法の規定により名誉文化私的独占を犯す犯罪者がこれを盾に同情を試みる場合執行官隊が大法院の許可を持って保護より逮捕を優先することが許されます。もちろんすでに大法院の許可状はこちらにございます。
Then why, man, bitch, fuck you. I see no point in any of this shit.
問わぬと書いてありそう。
おや、よくこんな小さい文字が読めますね。
Yeah, so very perceptive.
では、茶番の以上です。ぶっちゃけ
そなたの要求を飲むとどのような利点があるか。
お互い無駄な仕事をしなくて済みます。そしてあなたの勇敢にして名誉ある行為は図書の都にて誉れ高く終章に記される。
Brave and noble.
分かってますよね。あなたは絶対勝てません。これは戦いですよね。井戸の底で上を見上げるあなたに石をぶつけるだけの一方的なものですから。
わらわに選ぶ図書館の魔女たちがわらわの最後にいかに記すかだけと。
あとはあなた次第です。もしあなたがこのゲーム版を愛おしく思うなら報復すべきです。駒たちは末永く大勢の市民に愛されその役目を永遠に続けることができるでしょう。
つまりは好き放題に生み出した惨劇を永遠に繰り返すということ
あんたがしてきたことと何か違う
だ。ない以上ならばわらわの答えを聞かせる。
の？どうぞ。
Erica tensed slightly. After all, that was the great Lady Beatrice she was dealing with. She might shout, "Here is my answer," dramatically and do something crazy. They say a concerned rat is the most concerned rat. They say a cornered rat is the most dangerous. Furthermore, Erica had intel telling her that the great Lady Lambda Delta, Witch of the Senates, had been spending her time inside the Golden Land, though only as a theater goer. Erica needed to carry out this noble task that her master had assigned her, and she had to carry it out perfectly. If she was honest, she wanted to make Beato raise a white flag, even by trickery, if necessary. So even though this was a farce, she held back from giving any unneeded provocation. She gulped and tried to size Beato up. Look at this bitch. What did I tell you? That shit I said keeps coming back. You never, even if you're seconds away from death, you act like you fight and you don't give them not even your face. I said that. Don't give them anything, not even your face. And then, with a pathetic expression on her face, Beato let out a sigh. Pathetic, so she gave it up.
わらわはもう疲れた。
それはどういう意味です？
わらわのゲームはバトラとの戦いを終えた時点ですでにその目的を終えている。なのにその後の都合で何度もゲームが繰り返されたのだ。わらわは正直もう疲れている。
正直全く想像していないお返事でした。では降伏なさると？本気で？
ぶっちゃけるとどっちでもよい。降伏でもそなたらに討ち取られるのでもどっちでもよい。わらわは誰の手であっても構わぬから、このゲーム版とその物語が幕を下ろすことを望んでいる。
Of course, that was a lie. She knew she couldn't win even if she fought. For now, their best option was to play for time. They would fix Erika's attention to this spot, and during that time, Battle and the others would steal the key from Burn Castell while she was completely off her guard. And then what would that accomplish? They're just gonna come back here and kill us all. Once they had the key, they would return to the Golden Land. Oh, never mind, they're explaining it. Use that key to let Anja open the door to the future and see her off. That was their goal. Everything after that would be inside the cat box. Angie would live on into the future with hope. No one would know whether Beato and the others were alive or dead. That was enough. The only strategy Beato and the others could use to achieve this was to buy time.
降伏してくれるなら拍子抜けではありますが、私も手間が省けて助かります。
ところがそう綺麗にはいかんのだ。そうだな、ここだけの話なのだな。
Buy in time.
あなたも存じておろうが、大ラムダデルタ教がご滞在されて、今日は我らにドラマチックなクライマックスを提供せよとな。
それはひどいわがままですね。10万の兵力を要する我が艦隊にすでに解き終えたパズルみたいな絞りかすのあんたたちがほんの数十人でどう抵抗させようというのです？
Well, how about you cut that shit down?
そうなのだ。戦力差は圧倒的。戦いにさえならぬと我らは言っておるのだがな。ラムダデルタ教が彼女の友人たちを集めて共闘するから徹底抗戦せよと言って聞かぬのだ。
ラムダデルタ教のご友人？
What? Unlike Burn Castell, who kept to herself, Lambda Delta had many friends. Her friends and patrons were all formidable, including monsters that had become legends in their own lifetimes, and territory lords commanding vast influence over their respective domains. In all seriousness, her fan club, as she so called it, had enough size and influence that no one would have been overly surprised if she had suddenly declared itself an independent nation right in the middle of the Sea of Fragments. Oh shit. Crazy.
困ったことにラムダデルタ教はやる気満々でな。さっきから勝手に各地に電話を繰り返し友人知人を呼びつけておるのだ。
Of course, this was all a lie. Lambda Delta had turned into a small candy comet and was now shooting towards the City of Books with Battler and Angie in tow. So, to make sure that Lambda Delta's and Battler's absences were not noticed, everyone was crowded around the arbor, pretending to argue furiously with each other.
バトラ様、ご決断を。我ら煉獄の七姉妹、いつでも死ぬ覚悟はできております。
玉砕には反対だ。 死んで咲く果実などありはせんよ。
Well, if we're gonna die either way.
あなたは腰抜けです。生きて旅衆の恥ずかしめを受けるなど考えられません。
Right. Also, she went against him. Also, it's my girl Natsuki. Oh, but every time I want to see her, I want to... Does she like chocolate?
生きてこそチャンスを待てることもあります。
そうですとも。短期は損期とも申します。
So we gotta think this through.
男ならバシッと決めろい。大ラムダデルタ様が力を貸してくれるってんだろう。
どうかんや。男には決断の時があるんやで。
Okay, yeah, tough ass decision.
選んだ内容よりも選んだ時を称賛されることもございます。
Wow, damn. Yo, that sounds so fucking wise. The timing of a decision is more valuable than the decision itself. Damn, bitch. I fucking agree with that. There's some things I wish I would have decided a long time ago, but I'm just deciding now.
そんなことあるわけないわよ。あんたそれでもオスだよ。牙はどこに行ったのよ。
Yeah, where's the fangs? Where are the balls you were born with?
どうせ死ぬなら豚としてでなく狼として死にたい。
あんたバカ。そういうのを犬死にって言うのよ。
Well, yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what we're saying. Yes. I mean, there's this very famous saying, I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees. That's pretty much what's going on right now.
賭けね。降伏して死ぬか賭けに出て敗れて死ぬか。あら、なら賭けに出た方が生き残れる可能性は高いってことになるわ。
大本院は名誉ある幸福には慈悲を与えるでしょう。
バックは元老院だろ。どうせなんだかんだ言って全員断頭台に決まったら。
とにかく皆さん冷静に。
Oh, fuck.
頭を冷やしましょう。私はことを荒立てることには反対です。
Listen, these Senate fuckers, so they're gonna hang us, throw us on the fucking guillotine, just because we don't want to give them something that we made. Fuck them.
君こそ冷静になるべきじゃないかい。相互確証破壊という戦
Or
略は
Beatrice made.
仮に勝てないにせよ、こちらもただで済ます気はないという戦略は相手への抑止になるよ。
Yes, I remember that. Yeah, mad. They called that shit mad.
そっちがやる気ならこっちもただじゃ死なねえぜってことだぜ。
ラムダデルタの友達はみんなすごいよ。みんなすごい伝説と武勇伝を持つすっごい魔女や怪物、悪魔や神様
Look at her really selling it.
だから。
So everyone's jumping in on this shit.
星と同じ数を並べていたって一息で吹き飛ばしてしまうよ。
Wow, okay. And it will be brilliant like a shining diamond.
私たちの演技けどられないでしょうか。
問題ない。お前ももっと語気を強めて喋るのだ。
Yes.
霊光に行け。
腰抜けどもめ、最後に一花咲かせてやろうという気概はないのか。ちょっとお待ちください。戦いを望まぬ者がいることもお忘れなく。私は降参が良いかと思います。何？こうだ！この敗北主義じゃんめ。
Oh, look at Genji just looking down.
痛い親方様、演技出すの
Oh,
で。
oh, don't say that out loud. Don't say that too loud. She gonna hear.
さあ、議論も盛り上がってきたね。
私たちは幸福かしら、当選かしら、どうなのかしら。それは誰にもわからない。
Again, the applause and the motherfucking explosion, the little thing of
個人
music.
的にはわらわは幸福を望んでいる。
So everyone is behind her
どうせ役目を終えるのなら
saying this shit.
せめて自分が生み出したこのゲーム版はそのままに保存されることを望む。もうこれ以上わらわのゲーム版をラムダデルタ教に好き放題されるのはごめんなのだな。
こちらこそごめんです。あんたとは戦いに来ましたが、ラムダデルタ教のご友人は私の相手に度を超えます。
Ah, you're not so tough now. Secretly, Erica was getting worried at these complicated developments, and she was relieved that she hadn't pushed too hard earlier on. She wanted to curry favor with Beato and end this with a bloodless takeover. Even the great Lady Lambda Delta probably wouldn't seriously think of picking up a fight with the Senates. Her motive was probably something much more trivial, a simple desire to watch the game board's final fireworks from a front row seat. However, if she really did have some fireworks of her own prepared, it was at least possible that this could turn into a ruckus that Erica would have no chance of quelling. Beato saw all of this going on in Erica's mind, so she continued to act with an even more pathetic expression on her face. Even among witches, her acting ability was top-notch.
そなたもどうか力を貸してはくれぬか。
Why did I know she was gonna say that? I had a feeling.
美しい姿のまま保存されるように。やはりあの賑やかな御人を客人として招いたのは失敗だった。とほほほ。
That busybody.
わかりました。私もことを荒立てずに済むならそうしたいです。で、私はどのような協力をすれば？
わらわたちはさっきから降伏か降戦か議論を続けている。わらはもうそれに戻り降伏を主張し、ラムダデルタ教にこのゲーム版を壊してしまうような大騒ぎはやめてほしいと頼むつもりだ。
それは助かります。で、どうしろと？
わらわたちに議論の時間を保証してほしい。何しろそなたらの船がぐるりと取り囲み、
Look at the way she fucking masterfully played this bitch! Are you kidding?
緊張感に耐えかねてみんな破れかぶれになっている。
If she says yes, if
議論
fucking
の時間を保証してくれれば一同も冷静になれる時間を取り戻せるだろう。
if she says yes, if she agrees and gives them time,
十分な時間を得られる。
hold the fuck up. What is she gonna say? If she says, okay, I will hold off my people until you come to a decision or you talk amongst fucking Lambda. If she says this shit, then Beatrice is like the biggest fucking. This bitch is a better manipulator than Light. The talk no jutsu is insane. Even though not really. Well, not talk no jutsu, like how it's usually used, but
時間はいかほど
are you kidding? Hold on.
できれば気前よく無制限とはいかぬか。
Oh, and she's straining. Look at me at the face. She's
で
straining.
あれば結局は残り時間が少なくなるとまたみんな破れかぶれになり過激な意見に統一されてしまう。
そりゃそうですね。導火線で大事なのは火がついているかいないかです。その議論の前に導火線の長さなどどうでもいいことでしょうから。
ではしばし時間をもらえるか。
わかりました。議論
Oh.
の時間を保証します。
Oh.
無期限ではありません。
Okay.
私はここで皆さんの議論を聞きながら待たせてもらいます。
それがそのだな、そなたの姿が見えているのは
Is she gonna keep
やはり皆緊張してしまって
pressing? She's gonna keep
私は
pressing?
すでに譲歩をしました。今度はあなたが私に譲歩をする番ではありませんか。
She's suspecting something, isn't she? They were some distance away from the arbor, but still just about close enough that one could get a general idea of what was going on. It might just barely be possible to hide the fact that Battler and Lambda Delta were missing. To convincingly pretend to be engaged in a white-hot argument in a gridlock. But absolutely nothing was safe at this distance. If it were possible, they would rather have kept Erica waiting much further away. They had planned to set up a seat of honor for their guest at one of the far corners of the garden maze.
何か問題でも？
わかったわかった。そう怖い顔をするでない。ならここでしばらく待つがよ。秘密会議であるからな。そなたはだな、この線よりこちらに来てはならぬぞ。
Beato drew a line in the ground with her foot.
あら、顔も立てよ。そなたのこれだけ寛大な配慮をしてくれたことは、わらわにとって何よりの武器となるのだ。
椅子もらえます？
わかったわかった。シエスタ隊よ、すぐにエリカ殿にお椅子と傘を、手ぬぐいもな。わらわが自ら拭いてピカピカにしてから差し上げようぞ。
Oh, look at that fucking face.
お嬢様、守備はいかがでございましたか？
今年の主演女優賞はわらわで決まりだぞ。
That's fucking right, man. She played her.
僕たちにできることは激論を交わし紛糾し、ことがこじれれば面倒なことになると演出することだ。
これもまたバトラたちを援護する戦いである。皆気を引き締めよ。本気で激論し罵倒せよ。よいな。
はい、親方様。
The sight of Golda, his cheek red and swollen from being pinched, made everyone snort, but they quickly covered their mouths and put fingers to their lips. Then everyone nodded at each other, and the fake argument resumed. Erica was sitting in the chair that the Chester sisters had brought for her, filling a goat in on the details of the negotiation. The goats would probably return and tell the rest of the fleet. The fleet would tell Berncastel, and Berncastel might think of some plan to deal with this situation or to give new orders. The conversation with the goat ended, and it spun around. It would return to the dinghy and report on this to the fleet. Okay. It left the rose bushes behind and passed through the garden maze, heading towards the door that led outside. Would it really be okay to let that goat reach the boats? If it made it back, Erica's report would reach Berncastel's ears. The Chester sister spoke through a secret channel that only they could use.
2秒に音も許さないに。
Really?
もうじきエリカの認識半径を抜けます。船頭のヤギの認識半径に到達するまでの推定10秒間暗殺は実行可能です。
Are you serious? We gonna do this?
ベアトリーチェ
She has to fucking know that something happened.
暗殺許可を
Assassinate.
エリカに気取らせません。
Assassinate.
許可しない。軍師が制限時間を切らずに船を出ると思うか。
Oh
連
shit.
絡がなくば決められた時間の後に攻撃を開始せよと命じられているはず。そのヤギを見逃せ。
Damn, and I was really thinking, how about we kill that fucker? The goats passed through the door. Then, after receiving a silent bow from Shannon and Cannon, it got on the dinghy and returned to the fleet. What are they floating on? Is it really water? The fleet would probably follow Erica's orders and stand by until an attack order was given. That gave the residents of the Golden Land a chance to assassinate Erica, but of course, that wasn't going to be possible, practically speaking. She was Berncastel's greatest underling, and a witch who controlled truth. Tricking her was all they could hope for. Anything else would be wishful thinking. I don't think we even can trick her. Well, even though we did.
座ったらどうです？我らのことはお構いなくであります。
Without any hint that she had just been talking about assassinations, 00 stood upright with her hands clasped behind her back. Okay. Surrender or resist until the end. The false argument resumes. Just how well and how long would they be able to trick Erika? Is this the last? What? I wonder when the last time we're gonna see Gap is, because I still want to say that joke, but it's very stupid. Maybe I'll say it in a second. Yes, the final fight for the Golden Land had already begun. Okay.
バトル、ここは我らに任せよ。そなたはエンジェと最後のゲームを取り返すのだ。
This final game. By the way, what was that person? Last chapter. At the very beginning? The one who was like... Who what? She got run over? Or it got run over or something?
なんてバカでかい図書館
It has to be a family member, right?
この一冊一冊に私たちのような物語が記されてるんですって。
ここは神様の世界だな。
あんたたち風情が立ち入っていい場所じゃないってことが一目でわかるでしょ。
After passing through the barrier, the three fuck me, and I can't look at the logs, can't I? Why did they do this? For some time, they were overcome by countless otherworldly sights before them, but they quickly remembered their original objective.
いい？まず勘違いしないでほしいの。あんたたちはベルンと戦いに来たわ。でもそれはベルンと直接戦って倒すとかそういう意味じゃないんだからね。
わかってる。
そもそも大ベアドリーチェと互角にあんたが戦えたのはゲーム版の上で互角なルールに守られて戦っていたからよ。ゲーム版を出ればあんたなんかバチンって叩かれて手のひらのシミになる程度の存在なんだからね。
They were only able to fight Beatrice on an even footing because of the game board protected you with rules that made it that way. Really?
それを忘れるんじゃないわよ。
そうよね。ここはもう私たちの知るゲーム版じゃない。
俺たちは戦いに来たんじゃない。取り戻しに来ただけだ。
And maybe assassinate.
そういうこと。一なる真実の書の公開を妨げること。それだけが目的であんたたちの戦いなんだからね。そこを勘違いしちゃダメよ。
Battler and Angie nodded to show their understanding.
一なる真実の書はパーティーのど真ん中に堂々と飾られてるから奪い返すのは不可能よ。でも式次第によると鍵が入場してくることになってる。
ということは鍵は別の場所に保管されているわけか。
そこが無防備という保証はないけどね。
あとはあんたたちの運次第よ。せいぜい幸運を祈るのね。隠れて。
Nanma Delta pulled her head back from around the corner of a bookshelf. The others hurriedly followed suit. In the distance, they saw emerald green lights floating about and a leaving trail.
ベルンの使い魔の猫よ。
Cat familiar.
今日はあちこちを巡回して見張っているわ。
私たちが来ることも読まれてる。
違うわ。ここは広大だからね。迷子になるアンポンタンな来客を迷子センターにお連れするためのスタッフ猫よ。
俺たちが行きたいのは迷子センターじゃねえからな。
見つかりそうになったらやる？
よした方がいいわ。よその領地やゲーム版ならともかく。ここはベルンのホームグラウンドよ。あの猫一匹で猛獣の群れに囲まれたくらいの危機感は持つことね。しかも猫よ。勘も鋭いし仲間も呼ぶわ。気取られたらその時は覚悟しなさい。
Oh,
私も
fuck.
助けないからね。あんたたちをここへ連れ込んだだけでかなり厄介。私が降参すれば裸にひんむかれて最悪のゲロカスかけら巡り100年くらいで許してもらえるかも。 素敵だわ。私にもベルンの気持ちがちょっとは理解できるようになるかもね。
Lambda Delta wasn't laughing. Most likely, even this punishment she spoke of was pretty optimistic. Despite saying that she won't offer any more help, she's already risking everything. And for what?
決まってんでしょ。
Lambda Delta brushed her hair back and grinned.
あんたたちが最高のハッピーエンドを見せてくれるからでしょうが。
Really? Oh, what? Lambda Delta hugged their heads at the same time, making their foreheads lock together.
見せなさいよ。絶対。
見せてやるぜ。絶対の。
Oh, fuck no, I can't believe I skipped it. I didn't let him say happy ending.
行くわよ。こっちよ。静かに泳いで。
Oh shit, okay. Fucking lyrics? The three of them swam out into the darkness of the deep ocean trench that was the city of books. In that massive, vast trench of bookshelves, they vanished into the darkness almost immediately. Can they swim deeper? The library defied the common sense of the human world. The city of books. The word city was no exaggeration, and it was filled with the green, glowing eyes of Bern Castell's countless cat familiars. Yeah, there they are, bitch. Can we throw some a biscuit or something? Make them run away? To the biscuit? Trying to count them would be almost as crazy as counting all the fish in the ocean. They formed schools that swam all over the place, on the lookout for any fools who might miraculously have managed to slip in and disturb their master's party. Oh shit. If Battler's group was found, the cats would report it instantly. They would probably form a pack, open their large mouths, and swallow them in a single gulp. But they're cats, they're small. There would be no fight. In this place, Battler's party would be swallowed like tiny fishes if they were discovered. The warships surrounding the Golden Land were well more than 100 strong. Each of them had dozens of cannons pointing at the door to the Golden Land. The goats that packed the decks of the ship numbered in the tens of thousands. Each one of them carried anti-magic toxins in their fangs, potent enough to completely deny each of the game board pieces one by one. This time, they would chew apart and eat away everything. The crowd of goats unleashed their rotten breath and dangling drool. Oh, what did I say about a breath man? At that time, Erica, who wanted to avoid trouble and hoped Beato would be able to convince Lambda Delta to surrender peacefully, was sitting alone, calmly enjoying the tea Renault had poured for her. Of course, even Erica wasn't planning to give them unlimited time. In her mind, she had already decided to allow them 3 yawns before stepping in. Huh.
ラムダのベアト側について徹底抗戦。仲間を集めて。まさか冗談でしょ。
The messenger cat shook its head. They continued to dispassionately meow its report.
ラムダだってそこまでバカじゃない。あがむ敵に回すような真似をし
Even as she said this, Bern Kesto was chewing away at her thumbnail. Oh, she's getting nervous. She's getting fucking nervous. It was possible. She could think of many monsters among Lambda Delta's friends who would love to see a losing side get support and make a comeback victory. Before she realized it, the finger Burn Castle was fighting was covered with sweat. Yeah? Oh shit, she's freaking the fuck out! The cat left away, then flew back with the phone and a receiver. Look at this bitch, she's freaking the fuck out! Aw, too bad, bitch. Oh.
電話のお作法って最初はもしもしでよかったんだったかしら
I think that's a yes. The golden key was being kept in a room inside the city of books. However, perhaps room wasn't a fitting word to use. It was large enough that you could probably fit 2 domed baseball stadiums in one on top of the other. Even so, in this city, these were called rooms. Floating in the center of this vast room were several sacred magical circles. Wrapped around by these magical circles was Angie's golden key. Surrounding this were countless emerald green stars, which looked like a slowly revolving planetarium. Those eyes, as numerous as the stars, were all glaring in the same direction. Oh shit. One of the cats kitty paddled towards Ava, whatever that's supposed to mean. Oh, never mind. I understand. Meowing that no one was allowed to enter this room. Oh, now they're surrounding her? After looking at each other with suspicious eyes, the cats glared at Ava again, as though saying that they hadn't heard any such order. Is that a threat? That is a threat. Ava lifted up her golden staff, and a circular pattern of red lines covered the floor and ceiling of the vast room. The reaction of the cats was lightning fast. They realized instantly that this was hostile behavior. Really? The entire emerald green constellation writhed and became a single massive deep sea fish, which charged at Ava with its massive mouth wide open. Look at that shit! However, at the same time, the red lines, the massive spiderwebs on the floor and ceiling, came crashing together and crushed the fish, twisted it, spun it around and around, and compressed it to the size of a small bomb. Look at that shit. Killed all of them? One fell swoop like that? That red net, that spider web. Then, that ball-shaped thing burst open, leaving nothing left. It all happened in an instant. She defeated them so quickly. Forever? Wait, give up and die for Ava. Oh shit. This song, by the way, is beautiful. The witch hunters were holding conversation in the event hall. After all, once Ushiromiya Ava's diary was opened, the endless cat box would be lost, along with the countless imagined stories that had entertained them for so long. So, this final convention was a time for them to air their best theories one last time. The cat box was soon to be opened, and while they did give them a slightly lonely feeling, they couldn't contain their excitement as intellectual rapists Not when they all knew that the Rokujima mystery was finally going to be solved once and for all. There was a girl out there who was going to be hurt by the opening of that box. However, their jaws and fangs couldn't care less. The witch hunter goat nobles kept licking their lips, wanting to chew apart the guts of Beatrice's cat box as soon as they could. Ow Ow, seated upon the grand throne, the size of a pillar, Featherin listened in on the nonsense being spewed from the mouths of the goat nobles. A black cat wearing a cape silently appeared and whispered something into Featherin's ear.
いいやよすべて私の筋書き通りに進んで巫女の耳には入れず
The cat bowed humbly and vanished. Featherin raised her wine glass high and laughed as she looked through it to the light of the chandelier, which was as beautiful and majestic as the moon.
これで素晴らしき朗読への恩には十分であろう人の子にはて物語を紡いでいるのは誰なのか私がそなたにそれともそなたが私に
So is this part of her plan or what? Did she expect this to happen? As battlers group moved forward, darting from bookshelf to bookshelf, while avoiding the eyes of the cats, they found something strange. Written with a faintly glowing reddish substance was a letter and an arrow. K. It's what it looked like to them.
Kill.
私たちが近づいたらこの文字が書き込まれる私たちの手でのメッセージここに私たち以外味方をしてくれる誰かがいる
It's Ava! Would she? Angie traced the red arrow with her finger. It was written but with a very faint, thin strings that had been twisted together. Sticky red strings that, when touched, melted like cotton candy and clung to the finger. Damn, he's always been there. It's so obvious, isn't it? Even Battler knows. Look at him.
俺を書いたやつは信用できる。だが安全に鍵のありかへたどり着ける。
いいのねじゃあ行きましょうあまりもたもたしていられないありがとうお母さん
Oh, she said mom too? In the arbor, the argument over whether they should surrender or fight continued without signs of stopping. Every now and then, a small fight would break out, which unfortunately ended delaying Erika's third yawn. However, they didn't know how long they had. They would have to continue this fake fight. Keeping this high level of tension going was physically stressful. The instant they tired out and the tension faded, Erika would probably demand a verdict. They had to constantly appear to be trapped and agitated. It was a battle of wariness and tension. This was their fight. Damn, everyone got a part to play. Erika waited patiently. Now that she had tired of tea, she was watching Renault perform some magic tricks and seemed to be quite enjoying herself. Even Renault, who was usually aloof from this world, was fighting. If Erika got bored and lost her patience with him, an all-out attack would probably begin at once. Even he was putting everything he had into the fight to buy time for Battler's group. Everybody working together. As the fiercest leader in the argument, Beata wore out the quickest. She breathed heavily, and her face was so pale, it seemed she might faint at any moment.
しっかりそのテンションを続けてても体力が続かない急に泣き出したふりをしてしばらく休んでその間を私たちがつなぐわ
まだ大丈夫であるとやるぞもう一度大きく 騒ごうでは。
Oh, I would get so tired of this.
さあ誰から行く？一番槍の欲しいものは。
ではこうだ、参ります。ここは戦うべきです。戦わずして敗北を受け入れることなど言語道断です。私は最初からここは戦い抜くべきだと申し上げております。
ちょっと待ってください。
Oh? Erica suddenly rose from her chair. Renova tried to coax her back into her seat, but Erica's attention was completely focused on those arguing under the arbor.
私は探偵です。聞いたことは録音するかのように記憶できます。
Yes, I didn't forget that. Did they say something? Did they catch themselves in the logic error?
そなたは優秀な探偵でもあるからな。
Look, everyone on screen right now is sweating.
あんたに興味ありません。ゴーダさん、私の質問に答えてください。
はい。
Yeah, I thought it was a little odd too because he was talking about he doesn't want to fight and now he does want to
私め
fight.
が何かご無礼をいたしましたでしょうか。
ちょっとお待ちください。戦いを望まぬ者がいることもお忘れなく、私は降参が良いかと思います。私がここに訪れて一番最初に聞いたあなたの発言です。
Yes, I remember that. I remember that
お
too.
っしゃいました。ここは戦うべきです。戦わずして敗北を受け入れることなど言語道断です。私は最初からここは戦い抜くべきだと申し上げております。そう言いました。
いや、そんなことも申し上げたでしょうか。
I fucking knew it, bitch. I thought the same.
意見が変わることも時にあるかと思います。
そうですとも。他の皆さんも先ほどからどちらがいいか迷っておりまして、時に意見を変えられることも。
あなたたちの議論は一貫して誰も意見を変えていません。たった今、唐突に合田さんだけがその主張を逆転させました。しかも合田さんに対する他の人間からの発言を振り返っても、彼が主張を逆転させるに足るものがあったとは思えません。
Shit. Bitch is getting suspicious. An uncomfortable, damp wind blew by. Everyone was silent, frozen as though time had stopped. In that silence, Erica continued with a blank expression.
以上から導き出される推理は2つです。
Okay.
一つは合田さんにもともと意見はなく、その場の雰囲気で適当なことを言う。
Alright, let's go with that one 100%.
もう一つは合田さんに限らず、そもそも誰も意見などなく。
それは考えすぎではないか。わらわたちは必死に今後の運命を議論している。時に普段は考えられぬ心変わりがあってもおかしくはない。
意味もなく議論を延長することに意味があるとすれば、時間を稼ぐ。あなたたちは時間を稼ぐと何が有利になるのです？ラムダデルタ教の援軍がやってくるからですか？それは違います。なぜならあなたたちは先ほどから時折ラムダデルタ教やバトラに話しかけているのですが、それに対する返事が一度たりとも私の耳に聞こえません。以上すべてから考えて導き出される推理は一つです。
Okay. That Lady Lambda Delta and Battler are not here now. And that these people have won Lady Lambda Delta's assistance, with Lady Lambda Delta and Battler probably planning to sneak into the City of Books. In which case, their goal is probably to steal back the Golden Key and Angie. And your plan was to act as bait and buy time until their mission was complete.
ただ合田さんがセリフを言い間違えるだけで、フルダイレクにはこの程度の推理が可能です。いかがです？
My thoughts is that I fucking hate you. That's my thoughts. I liked you a lot at first, but now I'm sick and tired of you being against us, and I want someone to knock her the fuck out. Yeah, those are my thoughts. With a blank yet ruthless expression, Erica spoke these words and returned to her seat. Can we kick her in the head since she's so low? You know, sitting down? Everyone else was frozen, unable to move. No one spoke. However, time was moving. As evidence, a bead of sweat dripped down someone's cheek, fell, and hit the table with a tiny yet audible splat. The fuck? Then, frozen time shattered, and in the same instant, the white chair Erica had been sitting in broke apart. There's no way that everyone just attacked her at once. The stakes of the Seven Sisters of Purgatory and the high-velocity rounds from the Chester sisters had obliterated the chair at the exact same time. And a few moments after that, the Erica sitting in the chair faded and vanished. She moved away. She dodged it. Look. They both jumped the gun! No, she's gonna fuck us up! In an instant, Erica had moved to a spot behind the chair. Her expression remained as blank as it had been. However, there was now something in her hand that wasn't there before. The scythe? As the seven lightning strikes of the Seven Sisters raced at her once more, she batted all of them away with her scythe. Ah!
でも紅茶は美味しかったですね。おつねは皆さんの意見が最初から統一されているようです。改めましてお返事をお伺いしましょう。
Erica lifted her left hand, the one that wasn't holding it. Her left hand is holding the scythe. What do you mean? Lifted her left hand, the one that wasn't holding the scythe. So her right hand? I mean, it's the left. I mean, her left. Whatever. Well, my left is her right, so I guess. You're a fucking bitch. You are an absolute bitch. You know what? No, I hate her. You know what? No, fuck it. I'm sick of this bitch. Someone needs to fuck her up. Someone needs to fuck her all the way up. Wow. Berncastel sit down the receiver and crossed out yet another name on the list of Lambda Delta's notable friends. Lambda Deltas. Something was wrong. No one she called had heard anything from Lambda Delta. They weren't just plain dumb. They really knew nothing about the strange ruckus Lambda Delta was trying to stir up. Even Berncastel was starting to suspect that something was fishy. Then, a black cat leapt in and meowed a frantic report. She tore the phone receiver from its stand. The number she dialed was short. It was probably an internal line. However, after listening to it ring several times, she slammed the receiver down again, finally managing to break the phone. Look at her, she's so pissed. That's right, bitch. Overwhelmed with emotion, Berncastel kicked the table over. Well, I'm glad to hear that. She's so pissed. She fucked her own table up. Then, the room finally grew bright. It was like green sunlight. A bright green light waved about, giving the illusion that a green sun was rising and lighting up the room. It was a sign that Berncastel's army had been given an emergency summons. Look at this fucking image. What? What was now an emerald green nebula let out a roar of delight and that shook the bookshelf cliff. Holy shit. She fucking kicked her own. She broke the phone, kicked over a desk. She's screaming. Calm down, bitch. Oh fuck.
隠れてバレたのよ。
The three of them frantically hid behind a bookshelf. The room with the key in it was straight ahead. They could see something glowing faintly in the darkness of that room. It was a glow different from anything else they had seen so far in this city. The color it glowed was gold. They had almost reached the golden key. However, if they went towards it, Barncastle would be right behind them, along with her vast swarm of familiars. In other words, they were trapped in a dead end. They already knew that the emerald green color came from the eyes of the familiars. However, it was almost beyond comprehension that this undulating green sun could be the same thing, and they could do nothing except stare in wide-eyed shock. As the countless cats approached, they passed through the ravine of the bookshelves, from the very top to the very bottom, painstakingly checking the gaps between each book. However, even this mind-numbingly huge task was accomplished swiftly thanks to the sheer number of familiars. Oh fuck, look at them, bitch! With the speed of a gust of wind, they carefully checked every nook and cranny. There was no way to hide from this green sun. That would have been as foolish as trying to hide from water on a sinking ship.
やり過ごせるの？
無理だ。じゃあどこに隠れても見つかれ。
Battle was just about to leap out from the shadows, but Lambda Delta grabbed him by the collar an instant before.
戦う気？
違う。ここにとどまって見つかるだけだ。なら前へ進むしかない。一刻も早く鍵にたどり着くんだ。
鍵を守る猫がいないわけないでしょ。私たちは挟み撃ちにされたのよ。
私はエヴァおばさんを信じる。おばさんが私たちをここまで導いてくれた。きっとおばさんは見張りの猫たちもやっつけてくれているはずよ。
俺もどうかな。ここにいて見つかるくらいなら一刻も早くあそこにたどり着いて鍵を取り返そう。鍵さえ取り返せればもう誰もあの本を開くことはできない。
あそこにたどり着いて鍵を手に入れて、それであそこプロポーズよ。逃げ場ないのよ。分かってる？
Can't you like teleport us out? Or how the fuck does that work? How did we get here again?
鍵は切り札。ベルンカステルだ。鍵は重要なもの。一か八かだ。鍵をカードに何かの交渉ができるかもしれない。
あのベルに交渉？あんた正気じゃないわ。
だがここに隠れると絶対に見つかる。なら100億の中の一つの確率だとしても俺はそれにかけるぜ。
Oh fuck.
鍵を手に入れそれを切り札に奴となんとか立ち回るんだ。
奇跡の魔女を相手にあんたは奇跡を祈るわけ？
天文学的数字の中に1を拾う。それが後ろ宮家の魔法。
Damn right, I remember that shit. Yup. You said that's how Ginzo brought us. And Ginzo said that is when true magic comes out.
私目がいいから教えてあげる。あの黄金の鍵を取り囲んでる魔法陣わかる？
I don't even see the golden key itself.
なかなか堅牢な結界よ。
Oh, these. Okay.
触れば壊せる簡単な結界だけれど、でもね、どんな大魔女でも人間風情でも解くのにかっきり1時間をかけるというたちの悪い封印なのよ。式典の進行上まだ1時間前にはなってない。つまり私たちは1時間稼がなきゃ鍵に触れることさえできないのよ。
So we gotta defend against this big ass cat for an hour?
見張りの猫たちをやっつけた時魔法陣を壊してくれたに違いないわ。1時間はかからないはず。
見る限りまだ魔法陣は健在ね。残念ながらエヴァがそうしてくれたとしてもそれは1時間以内の話みたいよ。
1時間なんてちょろいもんだぜ。少なくともそれだけ粘れば手に入る明白なゴールがある。
そうね、いいじゃん。1時間の鬼ごっこ。私こわもてに追いかけ回されるのに慣れてるの。
あんたたち札付きのパワー揃いね。ベルンとあの
Yes.
掴み取ってやる。
If it's 1%, it ain't zero. I got that from Parasite. There was an immense difference in enthusiasm between Lambda Delta and the siblings, who had nothing left to lose. However, this was by no means cowardice on Lambda's part. She was a great witch of the Senate. If she surrendered, she wouldn't be able to escape severe punishment, but she would be forgiven after a few hundred years. She had been thrown into a stormy sea while clutching a bayou that could save only her. How could she possibly decide to throw that bayou away? There was no way a person with a life to lose could be as determined as those who are already gambling everything. No one could blame her. She gonna throw him under the bus then?
本当にバカだわ、あんたたちは。仕方ないわね。1% よりもうちょっと確率が高くなる作戦を教えてあげるわ。
Okay.
ズバリ、なんだと思う？
The two siblings looked at each other. However, they both thought that any plan would be worth listening to, even if it would only raise their chance by 0.00001%.
生贄よ。ベルは猫だから。逃げる獲物は多ければ、逃げない獲物は殺す。それもネチネチといたぶってね。最悪ね。
しかしそれが本当なら
生贄を一人じゃんけんで選びましょう。負けた子はベルをたっぷり挑発して笑わせて殺されて1分1秒でも時間を稼ぐ。
Facing her wrath.
それでいいわね。
じゃんけんはいらない。俺がやる。エンジェとラムだ。鍵の部屋へ行って。
ダメよお兄ちゃん、私がやるわ。元はといえば
Oh, now we're wasting time.
言葉に耳を貸し、心を許した私の責任なのよ。だからあいつに一言くらい言ってやりたいのよ。
Both Battler and Angie decided to be the sacrifice and wouldn't listen to the other.
ね、じゃんけんじゃないと決まらないでしょ。さっさと決めないとこの作戦も使えなくなるわよ。もうじき連中がやってくるわ。
分かった。俺かエンジェが生贄をやる。ラムダデルタ、残った方を連れて鍵を奪ったら黄金鏡に連れ帰ってやる。
譲らないわよお兄ちゃん。
ふざけやがって。たまには兄らしいことをさせやがる。
時間ないわよ。じゃんけん一発勝負。私チョーカーだからそれにちなんで最初はパーからね。いい？二人とも。
いいよ。
エンジェ、恨みって出しなさい。
せーの、最初はパー。
It really was a stupid childish game of rock, paper, scissors. Despite promising to start with paper, they threw different signs to catch each other off guard. Both Battler and Angie chose rock, and yet it wasn't a tie. Huh? Because in addition to those two rocks, was one person who chose scissors. After staring stupidly at their fists and those scissors, they looked at her. She's... Don't say that stupid shit that you're about to say.
やっぱりパーはパー出してなきゃダメね。
There had been no reason for Lambda Delta to join in on the game. I thought she was at first, then she wasn't, and now she did at the very end. This wasn't the time for a joke like that. Battler and Angie, each trying to lose, chose rock. Lambda Delta alone chose scissors.
あんたわざとチョキを。
お
Wow.
前に死なれたら俺たちは黄金鏡に帰れないだろうが。
Oh shit, that's right.
こんなの無効だ。
ほら、これで大丈夫でしょ。
Lambda Delta made a clenched fist. A fragment, glowing pale blue, appeared there, and she gave it to the pair of them. Battler had seen one of those before. It was a magic fragment, like the one Erica had used before disappearing, which would allow one to cross the sea of fragments.
それがあれば、二人とも黄金鏡に帰れるわ。それに、これが一番の人選なのよ。あんたたちじゃ、ベルを相手に数秒と持たないだろうし。私なら、1時間どころか、100 ひょっとしたら勝っちゃうかもね。あの子には
I hope you do. I hope you do.
今度は私の勝ちってことにしてイーブンにしないと。あれ辛いわね。
Lambda Delta pretended to complain as she stood up straight. Look at her.
じゃあ
I did not expect her to do this at all.
私目立ちたがり屋だからやっぱ感激者は無理だったわ。ごめんね、出番を奪っちゃって。あんたたちのゲーム最後まで感激できないのは残念だけど、もう筋書きは教えてもらえたから見る必要もないわ。
ラムダ。
Then, with her broadest smile and a wink,
あんたたちのハッピーエンド、もう先が読めちゃったから見なくても分かっちゃうわ。じゃあね、また会いましょうね。あんたたちのハッピーエンドのクレジットロールでね。待って。
Lambda Delta snapped her fingers, and the two of them turned into Conpeto candies. She picked them up, took aim at the glint of the golden key, and flicked them away. That way, they should be able to reach the key without Burn Castell noticing. Dang, what terrible luck. What were the odds of them both playing rock against my scissors? Yeah, I know. It wasn't nice of me to test you like that. Sorry, you two. And then, Lambda Delta's body was lit up by an emerald green light. These fucking cats. When she turned around, the cat's eyes and Lambda Delta's met. Lambda Delta grinned and waved. Come on. Come on, there was a thunderous boom and several bright flashes. She can't fucking believe it. Oh, what the hell? What? What was that? She's using candy as like bombs? A chain of explosions flashed by one after another, enveloping Burn Castell and her pack of familiars in an instant. They were multicolored fireworks, or rather, multicolored candy that burst with a flash and scattered everywhere. Countless stick candies, sugar sculptures, cookies, and tarts flew in every direction, and each of those split and exploded into hundreds of candies, each of which exploded again in a cloud of whatever. Oh shit. However, these sweets weren't sweets. Damn, that shit looked like the Big fucking Bang. The conpeto was heavier than lead, harder than steel, and sharper than any blade. As the colorful cloud exploded outwards, it blasted the entire pack of cats into little bits. She could do this shit no problem. The emerald green glints that were scattered everywhere sparkled like the night sky, and among them danced the cloud of pretty candies that looked like they'd go well on a Christmas tree. It was flashy and beautiful and cute and perfectly fitting for the grand entrance of the great witch, Lady Lambda Delta. I hope I'm saying her name right. I hope I've been saying it right. Lambda.
愛してるわ、ベル。愛をささやくなら二人きりの方が素敵でしょ。
それあんたの両手両足を脱いだ後にゆっくりと聞かせてちょうだい。
With a jerk of her chin, Burn ordered her familiars to attack. That ain't gonna do shit, Burn. You know it isn't. She just fucked them all up. She obliterated them bitches. Well, that's sweet of you. Oh shit, what the hell? What? Yo, that's fucking crazy. I love this shit. I don't care what anyone says. The crowd of cats undulated again, reformed into a single mass, and became the emerald green leviathan that would swallow up any poor victims who snuck into the city of books. It was shaped like an possibly vast whale. However, would it look like a whale from Lambda's perspective? She probably couldn't see anything except an immense mouth about to swallow up everything.
素敵。私をベルの愛で飲み込んでくれるのね。
ラムダ、あんたの手足思いだらお尻から鉄虫で貫いて
Holy shit, really? Oh god, that is... Damn, that's graphic.
そして毎朝目覚めのキス、そして毎夜お休みのキスをしてあげる。
本当に素敵。じゃあ私もあなたを愛で包んであげる。
What is she gonna do? However, Lambda Delta's war cry was swallowed up by the glowing, writhing Leviathan in a single bite.
ああ、素敵ラムダ。あんたのその向こう水で命知らずでほんのりパーなところが大好きだわ。
In the same instant that Lambda Delta was swallowed and Bernkastel was sure of a victory, the latter felt a slight breeze playing with her hair. The countless sweets that Lambda Delta had sent flying like fireworks and which drifted about like the decorations at a Christmas party were flowing. No, they were converging on a single point. It was like watching a firework run backwards. Countless sweets rapidly contracting to somewhere within the vast, closed mouth of the Leviathan. Are they going back to where Lamb is? A gigantic reverse explosion gathered at a single inner point. Or perhaps it was more like countless candies showering the Leviathan from all directions like bullets. Inside that massive green was a black swirl. That swirl was on a palm. Oh shit! On the palm of Lambda Delta, who wore a defiant smile. It was a mass of super concentrated gravity. A black hole? All of the sweets, the cats, the whale, and everything else was being sucked into that one point. It is a fucking black hole! No way she can control shit like that? Dude, she can control a black fucking hole? That's crazy! All of the candies Lambda Delta had scattered were getting sucked back into the black hole on her palm at unbelievable speeds. Oh fuck. The pressure of the reverse candy explosion whittled away at the Leviathan, crushing it inwards. With all her strength, Bernkastel held her ground in midair, trying to resist the supergravity. For the first time, all traces of condensation had left her face. Not condensation. Even Lambda Delta's cocky expression was marred by the sweat trailing from her forehead. Dude, she did this pretty quickly because her power was so overwhelming. Any victory would have to be instantaneous. If either relaxed in the slightest, they would match each other's strength and get dragged into another dizzyingly long fight that could last for centuries. Neither of them had any desire to go through that again. So, neither of them showed the slightest mercy for their most beloved friend. By now, the Leviathan had been completely crushed and compressed inside the black hole. Bernkastel was the only one still holding her ground. However, a windstorm of candy asteroids, like an asteroid belt, repeatedly slammed into Bernkastel, wearing away her girl form bit by bit. You started this fight! The next thing to fly into Bernkastel's range of vision was a comet hurtling straight towards her, with a massive present box at its core and a cloud of candy surrounding it. Oh, she is getting fucked up. That candy looks good. Oh shit, she's getting really fucked up. Is that gonna kill her? Wow. That little fucking animation was nice. The candy comet wiped out Burn Castle along with her screams. It burst into little bits. Then, with a blink of an eye, it was sucked back into a hole of super gravity. Once it was all gathered into one place like a gem, it began to spin rapidly. It was flattened by the centrifugal force, turning into something whose shape resembled a galaxy. After swallowing all of the cats and their master, it now looked like a winding, flickering emerald green galaxy that floated just above Lambda Delta's palm. The pocket of supergravity kept compressing it further and further, until at the end it had become a single, green, shining Gonpeito. Gonpeito? That. Then it fell down onto her outstretched palm. It looks good. She gonna eat it?
ごめんね、ベル。あなたといつまでも遊んでいたいから、いつもは必死のふりしてほどほどで遊んでるけど。
Damn, but she was no match. Lambda Delta held the Gonpeito above her head and peered at it. I think Gonpeito, more or less.
私、本当はどうしようもなく強いのよ。ごめんね。
I do remember her saying that. Then she pressed the Gonpeito on her pink lips, gave it a light kiss, and bit down.
ベルの味がしない。
Lambda Delta licked her fingertips, then turned to face the empty air behind her.
知ってたわ。愛しいラムダ。
Shit. So that wasn't her?
愛してるわ、ベル。
These bitches are crazy as shit.
あんたがいつだって私に本気じゃないって知ってたの。
じゃあ本当に愛し合いましょうよ。お互い本気で。
ああ、愛してるわラムダベル。嬉しい。
Holy shit.
本当に嬉しい。
愛してるわ、ベルンカステン。あなたを飴玉に変えて、永遠に私の舌の上で可愛がってあげる。
どちらが勝っても、私たちは愛し合えるのね。それって本当に素敵だわ。それって本当に素敵。
愛し合いましょうよ。
Fuck, here we go. With the crash, crack lines appeared across the sky of the Golden Land. Damn, bitch. No, they're fucking advancing? Then finally, the barrier of the Golden Land was breached by the fleet's assault. Fuck it, it's all that war, bitch. Do something. It was a bizarre scene, more ridiculous than anything anyone else had imagined. The sky of the Golden Land shattered like glass, and a fleet of sailboats flew in one after another. They were crowded with goats, pushing each other over and spilling off the sides. Shit. They're breaking into the shit. Oh, this bitch again. I gotta see someone knock her fucking teeth out. Banquets. That wasn't some fancy metaphor, but a simple statement of fact. The overwhelming surge of goat troops came in like a tsunami, and they started eating everything again. The residents of the Golden Land, who stood defiantly, were like a forgotten sandcastle on a beach. A fight between a wave and a sandcastle is not a fight. For the voracious, merciless goats now storming the food at a standing buffet, this was a feast. Shit. Oh, look at my girl Natsuki, man. Her fucking gun at... Oh, you can't tell. Bitch, I love her so fucking much. Kill everyone. All the... No, not us. Kill Erica. Please get her out the fucking way. Are they gonna eat the moon as well? All of those who could use magic fired it off at once. With a shout like a thunderclap, the goat tsunami rushed forward. Everything collided at once, and there was a brilliant and terrible explosion. Sparks and smoke. Dude, everyone is fucking fighting! Flying splinters and screams. For just an instant, the fierce magical cannonballs fired by Beato, Virgilia, and the Chester sisters seemed to halt the goat tsunami in its tracks. Shit. However, their numbers were so great that they didn't even flinch. The goat's wave pressed forward, over the corpses of those who had been blasted away or fallen to their knees in weariness. The mound of corpses piled up, and still more goats were shot down as they tried to cross it. So that, before long, it really was tall enough to be a tsunami.
あなたが築き上げてきた黄金鏡など浜辺に子供が残した砂の城に過ぎない。飲み込まれて消えてしまえ。
Come on, come on, come on.
そなたは岸壁に打ち寄せる無力なさざ波を思うが、波に飲まれる砂の城、飲んでみろよ。
Look at her talking shit until the end. I love her. Look at Ava with that gun at the ready. Oh shit, did she summon them bitches again? Beato lifted her hands, telling the pair of battle towers that had been hidden deep in the ground that the day of glory had come again. Dude, we haven't seen these two in so long. The goat tsunami looked up at it in shock. What happened to those giants? After all, this time the tsunami that lowered over everything towered over everything wasn't them. Oh shit, they turned on the lights. She gonna obliterate everything, bitch. It's coming out in red. A thunderstorm of rapid-fire ballista rounds rained down from the battle tower gunports. The goats let out a confused scream at the furious tempest that was bearing down on them. Every single one of those fuckers got turned into Swiss cheese. However, they saw something else too. What'd they see? The giants? It's the giants, isn't it? I fucking knew it, bitch! Oh no, it's not the giants, it's this fucking... Is that a white horse? In the sky above the tower was a reaper astride a divine horse. Is it white? And backdropped by the moon, with a massive spear the size of a tower in his hand. The next words came not from the reaper, but from the great witch seated behind it. They're throwing every fucking thing they got. Look at that shit. Damn, bitch. Whoa, please tell me that shit hit Erica. The heavenly spear pierced the ground. For an instant, it looked like some divine tower was sticking out of the ground. However, that was the very last thing those eyes ever saw. This sacred spear was the embodiment of heaven's wrath and the strength to bury an what does that say? Unhallowed city? And a single stroke was unleashed upon the pack of goats. With a massive explosion that resembled a volcanic eruption, goats were sent flying all over the motherfucking place. You don't even know where the fuck they went. They went everywhere. Whoa, we're gonna shoot them. Can they make bullets first?
祭りは楽しまねば損ということだ。
Yes, let's celebrate this day.
がなくなるということはなさそうだぞ。みてえだな。燃えてきたぜ。
Shit, everyone together. Yes, the crowd of goats truly was like a wave pressing in from the sea. You might be able to split a ripple on the beach with your feet, but you cannot split the sea. However, witches are those who do so nonetheless. Of course, that meant the other side also had one who could split apart the sea. Suddenly, smoke poured from one of the two battle towers, and it began to crumble, shaking the ground as it collapsed. Damn it. That's just one though.
一歩の塔の上。エリカ
I love that voice.
今度はそなたの番であるよね。
On top of the other battle tower, Erica stood gracefully, wielding her scythe.
これで黄金塔の魔女たちへの権威は十分でしょう。魔法など全てまやかし。
No
ミステリ
bullshit.
ーに飲み込まれて必ず消えるファンタジーの砂の城。楽しかったですよ、魔法ごっこ。なんだか幼かった頃、近所のお姉ちゃんたちとこんな遊びをした気がします。だからもうこれでおしまいにしましょう。ここからであんたたちが絶叫を聞かせてくれる番です。
Erica threw that pretentious pirate hat she had been wearing this whole time into the sky. With the moon behind it, Erica's form, her after image, vanished from the tower's peak. She was up there?
レーダー捕捉してます。あ、戦闘兵器ね。
What? Yo, hold on, I gotta look at this. Oh shit. Yo, this looks so fucking nice. Holy shit. Shaking with a wild, joyous laughter, Erica dashed straight down the side of the tower. She twirled her scythe like a gymnast baton, dicing up the wall, gun ports, pillars, and everything else as she ran, leaving a trail of smoke behind her. So, from the sidelines, it looked as though a line of smoke had suddenly split the tower from top to bottom. The golden arrows of the Chester sisters chased after Erica like golden threads in a sewing machine.
縫われて刺繍になるに。
Look at this bitch.
グッドグッドグッド。
Even the golden arrows couldn't catch up with Erica. Finally, Erica reached the bottom of the battle tower, and the golden bows ejected empty cartridges. Bows.
はぜろ役立たずの塔。
I'm so sick of her. Someone knock her the fuck out, please. Erica, who had now landed to the ground, slowly stood up and tapped the tower behind her with the handle of the bitch. Are you serious? And that's just gonna explode? That is so stupid. That is so fucking stupid. The tiny tap cut the final strings that held the tower together, and the whole thing fell in on itself with an earth-shattering crash. Can Jessica like knock her with her boxing? Just do her. Once again, the dark tsunami rumbled forward through the rubble and smoke.
我こそは真実の魔女フルドエリカなり。今こそ真実にて黄金鏡を解体する。土は土に、幻は幻に終わらせてあげますよ。あんたたちのハクチューム。さあさあ思い出してごらんなさい、亡霊たち。本当はもうとっくに死
I
んでるんだ。
hate her. I'm so sick of her shit. I really am. Dude, I want to see her. I mean, she already went to to Oblivion, but I want to see her get her fucking comeuppance. The goat tsunami swallowed everything up. When she saw them sink under the black sea of goats, Erica guffawed from atop of the debris of the tower.
さあ殺せ殺せ、皆殺しになさい。全員の首を切り落として槍に突き刺して
Holy shit. Damn, bitch.
怒号と真実の渦に飲み込まれて消え去ってください。1986年の亡霊たち。
How cruel. Put their heads on fucking what? On sticks? Spears? This bitch is crazy. I gotta say something. We have one more video. Next video is the last video, and we're done with UMINEKO. At least the main chapters, anyways. There's only one more in episode 8, and it's over with. So before I start it, no, I'm not gonna start it right now. But before I leave, I want to say something. Even at the very end, the very fucking end, they're still giving us shit to theorize about. Who was that person that we saw a couple, like last chapter? No, 2 chapters ago. Hachijo Toya chapter, where so Angie, she jumped from the top of that library world, I guess, and at the same time she jumped off a tower in the real world, the human world I'll call it, and killed herself. Now then, as soon as that happened, the next thing we saw was obviously someone waking up from laying on the ground. But in the world of magic, she was put back together somehow as she floated around. Maybe battle or not, using magic, Beatrice put her back together. But in the real world, Hachijo Ikuko, I think I remember her being called that before, but we haven't called her that in a while, found this person lying on the ground on the road, actually in the middle of the road. She was about to run her over but didn't, and then took her, and she turned out to be someone from the fucking, what is that shit called? Oh yeah, from oh my god, I can't believe that it's slipping my mind. From Rokkenjima. I mean, there's so many people it could be. It could be Battler, it could be Shannon, Cannon, whoever the fuck. It could be, I'm thinking, what if it can't be Beatrice, or not Beatrice, but it can't be Angie, because or can it? They didn't say when it happened exactly. They just said that, I mean, they talked about Rokkenjima and everything, but I'm not really sure when, like, what if that happened like right after Rokkenjima, right? And I'm having a little bit of a theory. It's not really a theory, like I don't actually believe in this, but it is just something that I think it's a little funny. Let's see. Witch's side. Is there a Beatrice side? Or not Beatrice, an Angie side? Let me see if there is. I mentioned it before, kind of like as a joke, but yes, Angie side. Here we go. Looking at Amakusa. Let me read this real quick. A former guard of Ava's, an extremely thrill seeker, dangerous jobs for little pay. He served Angie's bodyguard before, but after he broke Ava's strict orders not to talk to Angie countless times. He had served as Angie's bodyguard before, but after he broke Ava's strict orders not to talk to Angie countless times, Ava ultimately took a dislike to him and let him go. Angie herself didn't find him all that bad because she was someone she could talk to. JSDF, Foreign Legion, private military companies. This man has traveled them all and earned skills in counter sniping and escort VPs. Okay, I don't know about that, but Hachijo Toya, message bottle forger. She's a mysterious novelist, and the mysteries surrounding her outnumber even those around found in her novels. Claiming to have found the truth of Rokkenjima. Yes, claiming to have found the truth, and she did find the truth because she fucking found some. No, this is Hachijo Toya, not Hachijo Ikuko. Maybe someone took her identity? Wait, and publishes them on the web as though giving out. Claiming to have found the truth of Rokkenjima, she writes new tales and publishes them on the web as though giving out extra hints. However, I have no memory of meeting her before my trip to Nijima. Yes, there's a lot. Even now, it's a little, like, there's obvious. Okay, there has to be something going on with her. So there's Hachijo Toya, Hachijo Ikuko. I feel like there's a connection between these three greater than we know of maybe right now. So there's Hachijo Toya and Ikuko. So Ikuko is the original one, and she found someone who she gave the name Hachijo Toya to, which is this person right here. Now then, she kept complaining about headaches. I'm not really sure why. We just found her laying on the ground, right? And so she could complain about headaches for a number of reasons. But what if it's, again, I mean, one thing I said, maybe it could be, I guess, Natsuki. I mean, the headaches, it was never really explained why Natsuki had headaches. It was I always assumed that maybe we were gonna get a reason to why she has those headaches, but maybe we didn't. Maybe it's just a character quirk, just like how Looking at Angie since she's right here. She says, "See you, have a nice day." Speaks in English every now and then. That's a character quirk of hers. And I guess it could be Natsuki because I don't know the headaches, and she has pink purple hair, which Natsuki has purple dress. She also has this, a green stone on her that she has there. Oh, that one's red. I mean, this is green. Huh. I have no memories of meeting her before my trip to Nijima. Or I guess it could be Angie in a way, maybe? I also had this other theory. It's not really... Okay, again, this is not really a theory. It's just something that I thought of that I guess sound funny. What if Amakusa is a battler? The only thing I had to say was that red bandana is because he has like a very limited impact on the story, I guess. Maybe that's his whole point. He just needs someone... for the story, he just needs to... Angie needs someone to help her, you know, go from place to place, and that's pretty much his only role. However, what if it's deeper than that? What if he actually is battler, and the family that she was searching for all this time turned out to be right next to her? That would be kind of crazy, and that's why he's her bodyguard. And maybe the only way he has to... Or not what am I even talking about? What I'm trying to say is that maybe this red is kind of like a little nod. Why does he have a red bandana? And why is it covering one eye? Unless maybe it was taken off during the Rokujima explosion or something happened. Let me look at Battler real quick. He's a pretty tall dude. Something's up with his eye. I mean, it's going through one side. Kind of like... I mean, he seems like he would be the age of... I mean, Battler is older. He would be like in his mid-what? He would be like in his... maybe late 20s? Right. I mean, he kind of... seems like someone who would. He has a cross right here and this little pendant thing. Does Battler have that? He has a cross here, but it's not the same type of cross. And he has like a little thing slung around him. Battler doesn't have that. What about the witch's side, Battler? He has that. Nah, he doesn't. Holy shit, there's so much going on here. I don't know. I'm gonna have to end it now.